Greetings all and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. Right, this is not World of Tanks as you can see from the title screen. This is Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. I've had a couple of weeks with this to try and figure out how to play it, etc, etc, etc. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's one of those games. I got into Sid Meier's, the Civilization series approximately about a month ago. Basically what I did is Skippy69 suggested to me in the clan TeamSpeak, just out of the cuff, have you ever played Civ? And I'm like, no, I ain't got a clue. Well, what it is, it's basically a turn-based strategy game that's based on hexagons and all that. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And I've thoroughly been hooked. All right, but the other Civilization games are based on this planet. All right, but this one's in space. It's Civilization in space. It's amazing. This is a series I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to it. I promise you now, if you get into this series, I will do it through to completion. My idea is I'm going to play a single-player game. I'm going to play it through to completion, whether I win or lose. And if you like it and you want it to carry on or whatever, just put things in the comments below. I know I haven't completed other series that I've done. For example, Dawn of War. I've tried different things, and from feedback from you guys haven't liked it, so therefore I've stopped it. But Dawn of War will not be completed. Okay, this is I'm never going to go back to Dawn of War. That playthrough that we did completely frustrated me. I got about 20 something episodes into it, and it just, oh god, it was just so grindy and frustrating. This one though, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play through it. The first episode is probably going to be a bit of a gameplay tutorial. If you've never played a Civilization game before, you don't know what Civilization is, go look at other people's stuff for now, alright, and have a look at Civilization. Civilization is when you start from basically cavemen, and you build up an empire on Earth. This one is exactly the same, but it's in space, like I've said. So I'm going to play single player. Alright, I'm going to set up the game, my own game. I'm not going to play it on stupidly hard. I'm going to play it on Mercury, which is normal. Just normal standard play, because I'm not that good at it. Gameplay is going to be standard, and map size is going to be, I think we'll go for, 8 players. Okay, so accept that. Now we have to pick a faction. Alright, now there's 8 factions in the game. Basically, they represent futuristic sponsors, if you like. Basically, what's happened on Earth, the food's ran out, okay? The planet can't support human life anymore. So all the different countries have formed different factions. ARC is America, Pan-Asian is Asia, Franco-Liberia is things like Spain and France, Slavic Federation is Russian, Pol-Australia is Australian, Cavathian Protectorate, I'm not sure what they are, I think they're like Indians, Brasilia is Brazil, and African Union is obviously Africa. And each gives you set bonuses. Now, not too worried about what they all are. Covert Ops is good. Plus 10 production towards wonders, 25% work speed, pretty good. 1 free virtue every 10 virtues earned with culture. Virtues are perks you get for earning culture. Culture is like it's like a resource that you generate from doing cultural things. And virtues are handy. You can tailor your colony as per what you choose with your virtues, along with your affinities and things like that. But we'll come on to that later. This is okay. But to be honest with you, it's not that worthy later on in the game. You don't get that many extra virtues. That's good. Plus 50% resource and plus 50% in orbit. That's quite good. 2 extra trade routes. You get more bonuses for trading and things. Cities and outposts acquire new tiles twice as fast. That's good for expansion. You tend to expand quite quickly. I tend to not want to expand too fast. But it can be useful for outposts. These are my favourite. Brasilia, basically your military units hit harder. And they heal quicker. If you're going for a domination playthrough, which is what I'm going for, I'm going to choose Brasilia and African Union, plus 10% food in cities when happy. And you start with an old Earth relic building in each city, so they gain culture quite quickly. But after that, 10% food, you don't want your cities to grow too fast, because you do generate, if the faster they grow, the more unhappiness they generate. But anyway, I'm going to go for Brasilia, because I'm going to go for a domination playthrough. Okay? And I'm going to go for, I want extra science, preferably. I'm not 100% sure what to take here. That's not some useful. That's useful for getting your cities off at the start, refugees. Science is good. Energy, well, if I'm playing a domination, they're going to be quite expensive, but there's other things you do for energy. Production might be useful in the early game. Or do I go for science? I'm going to go for science. You can go for culture, but I'm going to go for science to start with, because you need your I need to get certain scientific research done early to get the better units. For this, I'm going to go for Continental Surveyor. Reveals the coast on the map, so you basically get an outline of the whole map, which is advantageous, I guess, especially on thing. But I like to explore. Retrograde thrusters, you basically get 7 tile space to start your city, but this gives you a wider area, and you can see more stuff. So you can send your guy out, your little explorer out early, but I like that. Tectonic scanner allows you to see resources without researching them. Not really fussed about that. It's strong, but fusion reactor 100 energy and alien nests. Now there are aliens on the world. To be honest, I'm just going to go retrograde thrusters. I always go retrograde. And I want to start with a worker unit because that's okay, extra population, but pioneering's good. That allows you to build trading depots and things like that, but you can't really use trading depots until you build another outpost or find another city faction, if you like, so therefore you don't need it straight away. Clinic in your first building's okay. Begin with a soldier unit, but I'm going to go for a worker because workers improve your tiles. And I'm going to go for a Terran world. Alright, but I'm actually going to go to advanced setup for this because Terran world, standard, terrain. I don't want desert, I want fungal because it looks like an alien world. It's really, really cool. Game pace standard, 5 billion years, temperature random. Rainfall, just put it at random, doesn't matter. Sea levels, that's okay. And a resource, I always go for abundant. It allows you to build more shit, basically. You can do different victory types. Contact is basically, I don't do these. But I like domination. That's the only thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to turn on, to make it a little bit more difficult for me, alright, frenzied aliens, okay, to basically make it a bit more of a challenge in the early game. So what we're going to do then is we're going to start. We've got 8 players, alright, 7 AI and me, okay, and we're going to start the game. Okay, let's read this out. It will bring me no rest, for I cannot say, but he's going to go get it anyway. Alright, like get hold of old cultures and you can like form the promised land and send a portal back to Earth and all that kind of jazz. Let's just start it. Okay. Oh, that might be a very strong place to start. Right, this is my starting area. I'm going to drop my city in, alright, to whichever one of these squares I want to. You're better off in the early stages going on to quite a crappy tile. For simple reasons is you can instantly start working. Oh, that's an alien skeleton. That's good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plonk it here because having it on a coast is really handy. And I'm going to put my first outpost here. This is where my first outpost is going to go. So I'm going to plonk myself there. And I get a worker unit. And an explorer. Alright. This is my FRXS thing. First thing I'm going to do though, Cidalia. Cidadelia, I don't like that name. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to call it Globbits. Alright, this is my first town, the town or the outpost of Globbits. Now, outlay over the map. What do these symbols mean? It's a hexagon-based game. And these symbols mean green apples mean food, bolts or nuts mean production, and the yellow things mean energy. Alright, which energy is basically money. Alright. On top of these, you get different set of tiles like these. That's resin. That's a resource you can use. You've also got ferraxite. I've got in my thing. I've got fungus. It's going to be really handy because I can build things on fruit as well. Now the fruit tile gives me more food. Now, in order for your city to grow, all right, you need to have citizens in it. But you need to have food in order to grow citizens. All right, and as they reproduce, and obviously the more food you get, each citizen I think requires 2 food. Now, on the overlay thing, my citizens are working this tile. I've got 1 citizen in my base, so therefore that's got 1 hex that's basically being farmed. So I'm making 3, 4, 5 food, or 3 food in this case because I used 2 for one of my civilians. So 3 food extra and 6 production, 4 energy, 5 science, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so this is the basic view of the map. I leave this pips overlaid. I leave them on because I like to see them. But if you want them turned off, guys, just let me know in the comments. So the first thing I'm going to do, alright, I'm going to set my explorer to explore. Okay, now there's this stuff called miasma on certain tiles, which will damage your units. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to send my guy over to this skeleton. So I'm going to go here, and here. He's going to make his meander his way down there. Now when he's finished, it goes to my worker. Now my worker can do lots of different tasks depending on the tile he's sat on. Now build action, the first thing I'm going to do is going to construct a plantation, which is going to reduce the production by 1, but increase the food. Which means I won't make things as fast, but I get more civilians quicker. So, and he starts chopping away and sawing away. Now he's going to take 10 turns to do that. It's a turn-based game, so when I've finished everything, I click to change turn. So, first thing I need to do is choose a production. This is for Globbits. Alright, Globbits is going to make something. So what can Globbits make? Lots of things, basically. the first thing I always start with in the thing is an old earth relic. It gives me more culture. As you can see up here, when I reach 20 culture, I get a virtue. Alright, the virtues are in 4 different branches. Alright, might, prosperity, knowledge, and industry. If I go for might, it's all about killing stuff. So for plus 50 XP from combat, you know, plus 25 strength against aliens, scavenging and all that. It's all military stuff. This is all about growth. This is all about science. And this is all about making stuff. It depends which kind of playthrough you're going to go through. Alright. You also get bonuses for choosing virtues. If you get down to here, alright, a synergy. If you choose 5 tier 1s, you get 1 free virtue. And if they're all in might, you get plus 5 strength and range strength for all units. So it pays you to specialise. Alright. The same with these up here. Alright, you've got purity, supremacy, and harmony. I'm going to go for a purity. Alright, for a simple reason. Well, I may do, it depends. Supremacy is basically you become robotic. Purity, as far as I'm concerned, keep yourself whole. And harmony is try and work with the planet. And every time you go for research, etc., you gain points and experience points in these 3 things. And obviously, as you can see, the further you go, the more bonuses you get. Alright, so let's get into the game. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to choose Old Earth Relic to give me my thing. Now my economic advisor tells me to do this, so Bosch, and that's going to take 7 turns. When I get my second citizen and start working another tile of production, that'll obviously go down. Next thing I need to do is choose research. Now, this is completely different to the Civilization version of research. Civilization used to be linear because it's based on time, but obviously this is in the future. I basically have to work towards certain scientific goals. And they give me separate bonuses. They give me different bonuses, different things. So it starts out as branches. So these are the main branches, these 5 here. And each branch has got leaves underneath it. And the number represents how many turns it's going to take. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to start working towards ecology. Or do I want to go genetics? Cyto nursery, farmer lab. That'll give me alien life forms. I want to do for miasma removal. Because the miasma can be problematic. If you go purity, harmony, you don't want to be removing the miasma. You want to try and make yourself, because you can actually make it where you point units healing miasma. But in this case I'm going for purity, so I want to try and get rid of the miasma if I can do. So what I'm going to do is choose science. I'm going to go for this miasma removal to clear miasma. Gives me an ultrasonic fence against aliens straight away because they are more dangerous in this playthrough. It gives me vivarium, plus 1 food from desert. That's not a massive issue, but it gives me 2 food anyway. 1 maintenance. So I'll click on that, and it's going to take my scientist 19 turns, okay, to figure out ecology, basically. And then we go to next turn. I've discovered some resource pods somewhere. There's one there. That's going to give me a bonus, which is good. What else have I discovered? Another resource pod on there, but I can't get over there until I... in fact, actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go for pioneering, because it allows me... Oh, can I... Can my guys embark now? Soldier, explorer, worker, old earth relic. Can they cross water already? Trade vessel, trade convoy, colonist. Ah, yeah. I need to work myself towards planetary survey because I need to cross over into this bit, otherwise I can't get there. So I'll work towards that first. Okay, cool. Right. So I hear next turn. Alright, click on that. Turn resets. Everybody else takes their turn. There aren't any enemies or baddies at the moment because they take time to spawn in. So I'm going to move to there, heading towards my giant fish-type whale bone thing over here. And I'm going to go next turn again because there's nothing else to do. Get to there. Oh, aliens. Shit. Okay. Hopefully they won't go for me. Now, what these are the big bugs. Think Starship Troopers. They're your flying bugs. And these are wolf beetles. These are like your little hacky-slashy. I have to zoom in a little bit. Hacky-slashy bugs. Now, because they're more aggressive on this one, because I've kind of hamstrung myself here, they may actually attack my explorer. The reason I've moved to here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to build what they call an expedition. Alright, as I build this expedition, alright, my workers may find, my explorer may find a prize in there, so hopefully it'll give me a little bit of a bonus. Next turn, we've now just basically got to wait for things to happen. Alright, we'll click next turn again, and now we've got another citizen. Alright, Globbits has grown, and I've got a quest. So, click on the menu, overview, yeah, they've gone for food and production there, that's alright, that's fine. But we've slowed down in our ability to grow citizens. We're gathering 6 food from terrain, but we've now got 2 colonists to feed, so therefore it's going to increase, my growth is going to decrease. But when this guy finishes, he's going to have extra food, so hopefully that'll counteract that. How long is the Explorer going to take? 3 turns, okay? So let's see what the quest is. I have to found an outpost. That's fine, I'm working towards pioneering, as you can see up there. Alright, I'm 9 turns away from pioneering. Obviously, the more science you generate, the quicker that happens. Yeah, we'll go again, and I think we've just built the old Earth relic. Oh no, we've got a lander! Yay! Enemies! Right, who is it? Oh, it's America. America!
How may the corporation serve you?
You may serve me by dying, you scumbags. Okay, choose production. Pretty much the only thing we can build now is actually a clinic. We could go for another worker or an explorer. Probably go for an explorer after I've built the clinic. The clinic gives us health. Now, health, if your health is green, basically you don't, any penalties. Now, your health decreases with population and the amount of outposts you have. Also, wars you're fighting, etc., etc. The more health you have, the better. If it's in negative, you tend to lose production, virtue and science generation, which is a problem. Like it says there, you've got 4 generated from number of cities and 1.5. Now, the clinic will give us 1 more science and 1 more health. So, I mean, this increases quicker, and it increases our health in 8 turns. So, there we go. Next turn. So, after many fruitless months of excavating the alien skeleton, an alien life form approached from the wilds as if it had been called. The expedition didn't quickly arm itself, but this proved unnecessary. Whatever reverence it held for the dead skeleton seems to have transferred to you. An alien raptor bug is now under your control. Yes! We've got an alien! I've got a pet alien! I'm going to call it Charles. Fantastic! I've never had that happen. That's awesome. So now I've got my own pet alien. Fantastic. So he needs orders. Right, what I'm going to tell him to do, I'm going to tell him to go and explore for me. Let's have a look around with him. Yeah, what do they actually do? Are they a ranged unit or are they a combat unit? I think they're a combat unit. Cool. I've got my own pet alien. Oh, wow. Keep him alive for as long as I can. Right, end of turn. So Charles is off again. Oh. And he's spotting things for me. I'm going to send the Explorer to collect these resource pods. So he's going to go to there, go to there. Hopefully the other aliens won't... Oh, what's that? Is that a derelict settlement? Oh, what I need to do then... I'll collect this resource pod. Alright. And then I will... Oh, he's got 3 movement as well. God, he's really fast. Then I'm going to come back, because this guy's used up all his expedition modules. He's got to go back to Globbits to then refill them. Alright, so let's just carry on exploring. Alien units healing miasma as well. Oh, silica. Oh, this might be a really good spot for my second outpost as well. So what I'll do is I'll jump onto the resource pod. Inside the resource pod you find a cache of laboratory equipment from old Earth. Alright, basically these resource pods are things that have been sent ahead of us from Earth. Made with precision techniques that are difficult to replicate on the planet. I gained 16 science, so my pioneering goes down even quicker. Fantastic. I've got a module for that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them back to base. Right, they're going to go back to base while Charles carries on exploring. Alright, sounds good. You have discovered Farbase 1. Okay, this is trading. Trading 101. Farbase provides 2 energy and 2 science to any city that establishes a trade route. Only 1 city per colony may trade with each station at a time. Where's Farbase 1 then? Where is it? Where is it? There it is, Farbase 1. So we can actually get round there when I build my train convoy. Fantastic. So come on, Charles. Show me the rest of the map, bro. Where is everybody? Well, he can't go that way. Okay, he's run out of moves. Right, this guy is going back to Globbits. Now, quest decisions. Because I've constructed my old Earth relic, I get a choice, because our relic has provoked an ideological split between our citizens. Some believe the old Earth relic is an infinite source of solace for the grief support they feel over the lost world. As a source of solace for the grief people feel over the lost world. They want it left in reverent peace as a shrine. Others think it represents a valuable repository of traditional wisdom, must be studied and displayed publicly if humanity is to embrace their new hope. So if we leave it untouched, they're free to maintain. It won't cost 1 gold to maintain it, or get +1 culture. I'm all for +1 culture. Alright, it gives me an extra bonus. Alright, which means I gain virtues a lot quicker. So, you're still going there, that's fantastic. End the turn. And my worker looks like he's finished. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is develop a virtue. I'm going to go down the might route. For simple reasons, I'm here to kick ass and take names. Now, Brazilian Raptor Bug is going to go here, or Charles is going to go to here. Oh, he's used all his moves up, that's fine. You're going to carry on heading back to the city. He's going to end up in miasma there. It's not a massive issue. They heal really fast when they're in cities. He will lose 10 health from being in miasma.
The universe is either in progress or in entropy. We choose progress.
Fair enough. Now, what this will give me is something called trade convoys. Now, what I can do here is if I make Globbits make a trade convoy in its production bar, what I can do is I can send that thing to Farbase 1 to allow me to develop a trade route. But in order to do that, I need to build a trade depot, which is going to give me +1 production, which is cool. Right, production is always good. It means you can build stuff quicker. Now, I'm also going to go for planetary survey. Alright, it allows my land units to cross water, and it also allows me to work units of algae. I would normally branch out now, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick with planetary survey because I need to get across, because I want to put a base on here. Alright, I want to put a base on this island, because island bases are very, very strong, meaning they can only be assaulted by sea, or I could just say fuck it and let Globbits build onto the island. I might just do that and then bring my next guy down here, colonist down here, to work this middle area here. Have him on the coast. We'll wait out on that one. Unit needs orders. Yeah, Charles needs orders. So Charles needs to go exploring. That's all good. Alright, and he needs to move into there as quickly as possible. Into there. Now he'll regain his expedition modules. Then I want him to next turn. Yep, he's got his module back. And we're then going to go back out again to secure... Where was I going to go secure? Yeah, this settlement here. Derelict settlement. Alright, end turn. Oh, another resource pod. You can probably collect that. Resource pod, you found a basic satellite still intact. Enough rocket fuel to reach escape velocity. A free solar collector is now ready to be launched in the city of Globbits. Right, this is another layer to this extra, you know, beyond earthy type stuff where you can actually launch things into orbit. So you click on this and you send this into orbit. Now it's a solar collector. If I launch it, whichever tiles are underneath there gain extra energy. Which is money, and if the city's under it, gain a +25%. So as you can see there, our energy's gone up. Alright, which is all good. Always like more money. Money is always good. Money is always favourable. Alright, so let's switch out of there, and next turn. You need to make your way to there as quickly as possible. I'm going to use you to go fetch that other resource pod. Where was that other resource pod? Oh, it's over on that side. Okay. We're going to keep exploring. This is the desert. Explore the coast. I love exploration in the early game. It's really, really good. You get to see loads of stuff and find new things. Okay. This just looks like an alien world. The game is very aesthetically pleasing. It's very simple in its concept, but it's very, very... There's actually lots of Firaxite here, actually. I may change it and go Supremacy, because Firaxite's really, really useful. Do I have to go Firaxite? I don't know. I could use a Firaxite. Anyway, there's also trading and diplomacy later on as well. Okay, so my work is finished. He's finished his plantations. As you can see, it's got up to 4 food. Alright, and 1 energy. Now, I think I can build a paddock on there, but not yet. So I'm going to have to carry on constructing plantations. Or shall I go and build a mine on there? Now, let's do another plantation. Hopefully, Globbits will grow a little bit more. And let's keep Charles exploring, doing his thing. Uh-oh, no, 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 no. We don't want to go into any of the aliens. They're aggressive. They're evil. Okay. My worker, my explorer should be there now. He is, which is fantastic. And he's going to start doing his exploration. Excavation of this derelict site. But he is taking miasma damage. What I may have to do is move to there and fortify. I'm going to fortify him, it means he heals up. You're going to construct a plantation for me. Need to develop a virtue. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is +25 strength and range strength when against alien life forms. I could go for this one, which leads to Liberation Army, but the first thing is I'm only fighting aliens in the early game, so I'm going to nobble the aliens early, which is all good. Quest decision. Since opening our clinic, the populace system is split by an ideological divide. Securing and improving on new territories has proven great strength in both our military and civil workforces. And both content with the hazards they face should be offset by state-sponsored healthcare. Right, so they want an NHS, basically. Our fledgling colony does not have the resources to do both, which then has the greater need of aid. Defence workers gets plus for hit points from clinics. Nah. +1 health from clinics. Oh yeah, baby. We want health. Alright, because the first thing we're going to build in a new city is a clinic to try and offset the cost of that settlement. Because every settlement costs you 4 unhappiness. So we're going to go next turn. My guy should heal up nicely. Yeah, Yep, he's going to heal up there. I don't want to leave him in miasma because he will eventually die. You can move from here to here. More view range. Oh, is that marshy? No, it's grassland. Make it to there? No. Okay. So let this guy heal up. So you go, chink. Floatstone. And another resource pod. Yeah, collect the resource pods early. Get those extra Brucey bonuses. 15 healed. Okay.
All planets possess inherent value, and establishing the exact dollar value of the property should be a priority.
Okay, now this allows me to develop work barges and allows me to embark across water tiles. And I just got 25 science, which allowed me to do that. Inside a resource pod, you find a collection of goods and luxuries from old Earth that your people never thought would see again. They rally and refocus your people, providing 20 culture. Wicked. So I'm really nearly there to another virtue. That was really good. I completed a quest there, I think. Completed quests. Yeah, I completed gifts from home and blood bank as well, so that's good. You get rewards for doing quests, which is really handy. So I've developed my trade depot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a trade convoy. I'm going to do this so I can actually trade with Farbase 1. Alright, it's going to help me in the long run. I would normally go for a soldier at this point, but I don't actually have any aliens near me, which is very, very rare. Normally I start off with a whole passel of the fucking things right near me, which is really irritating in the early game. But in this case I haven't done it. Choosing research. Now I've done those. I'm going to go with ecology now to try and get rid of some of this miasma. Hopefully go into a miasmic repulsor. It allows my workers to be immune to it. And also want geophysics to find geothermal as well. So I'm going to go ecology to start with. It allows me to bring ultrasonic fences and vivariums in the early game. Okay, so that's good. So, Charles, where are you going, bro? You heal in miasma, so you can go that way. That's not a problem for you. It's all good. Next turn. Is my explorer fully healed yet? Yes, he is. So you, young man, get your backside in there. Start excavating. Develop another virtue. I'm going to go... Earn 100% life form strength as science after killing it. Earn 60 science from destroying alien nests. I'll leave that for now because there aren't any aliens. I'm going to go for here. Plus 15 production against military units, or 4 military units. Now, with the depot now built, we've been able to amass an adequate surplus of resources. The question is, do you want to do with our abundance of new goods? Do we send them to our factories and allow merchants freedom to trade? +1 production or +1 energy? Early game, I want production. Trade depots, there we go. +1 production. Means you're going to build stuff quicker. Alright. So, we've not had a bad start to the game, really. This island here is going to be very strong. I'm not going to bother putting an outpost on it, because my city will expand pretty much incorporating most of these. I do need to go and fetch that resource eventually when I build another unit. But Globbits is looking good. He's on a peninsula. This is very, very, very strong position here. Oh, another resource pod down there as well. Remember that for the next episode. I'm probably going to end up building my second city somewhere down here. Alright, not too far away from Globbits, so I can defend it. Or I may even go up here. I don't want to go too far now. I'm probably down here somewhere because I've never had silica. Anyway, we digress. So, that was the first episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. What plans for the near future? Well, we just need to do a bit more of the same. I need to find an alien nest and kick some ass. Until then, guys, this has been Globbits. Alright, playing Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. I'll catch you next time, guys. Bye now.